Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif strongly condemned what he said was a social media campaign regarding an assassination attempt on Chief of Army Staff General Asim Munir and expressed the resolve to crush all conspiracies against Pakistan and state institutions. According to a statement released by the Prime Minister's office, the Premier said similar thinking was done for the events of 9th May, when military installations were attacked during violent protests in the country following the arrest of PTI Chief Imran Khan. The European Commission has proposed extending Pakistan's GSP Plus status for another 4 years as a contingency measure. It is set to expire at the end of this year. The EU has decided to introduce fresh legislation to continue the scheme for another 10 years. But there seems to be a deadlock between the EU Council, which wants to link the GSP Plus scheme with migration, and the EU Parliament, which is not ready to do so. As a temporary measure, it has been proposed that the current scheme should be extended for 4 years. The proposal will now be put to the vote in the EU Parliament. In a statement, EU Ambassador to Pakistan Dr. Reena Kionka said they were keeping a close eye on Pakistan. A European official also commented that upcoming conditions may prove challenging for Pakistan.
The proposed extension of the current regulation for GSP Plus in effect means no change for Pakistan at the moment. It means actually that Pakistan enjoys the same preferences, trade preferences, access to the European market. It also has the same obligations as before in terms of implementing effectively the 27 international human rights, labor rights, environment, and governance conventions. It also means that the EU will continue to monitor progress and backsliding, and we will continue to report to the European Parliament and the Member State. The proposed continuation of the extension of the current regulation doesn't apply only to Pakistan, it applies to all 8 beneficiary countries of GSP+. The main issue here is to avoid a kind of cliff at the end of the year. Nobody wants that to happen, certainly not the European Union, because it would mean a sudden stop to the trade preferences, which would affect Pakistani exporters. It would affect certainly the factory workers and their families. It would affect European businesses who rely on Pakistani suppliers, and in effect also would affect European consumers. The latest report on the GSP Plus monitoring mission that came last summer is going to come out soon, so I don't want to prejudice any thoughts on what it might exactly say. But from earlier missions and earlier monitoring, I can tell you that there are certain areas where the EU would like to see more improvement, for instance, on freedom of expression, on freedom of the media, certainly on freedom of religion and belief, the situation of minorities, rights of women and gender equality, and also labor rights.
Syed Mohammad Askari, a senior reporter from Daily Jung, has gone missing in Karachi after he was picked up, allegedly by police and men in plain clothes, in the early hours of Sunday. According to a colleague, Askari was returning home along with another person after attending a marriage ceremony in the Mahmoodabad area, when his car was intercepted by a police van and another white vehicle at the Malid Expressway near Baloch Colony at around 12:15 a.m. The colleague added that Askari had induced himself to unidentified men, but the policemen allegedly misbehaved with him, pushed him to the ground and then forcibly took him away. Askari's family were unaware why the reporter had been taken away by the police.